Worst of the wicket over in League Two, of course, as we head into a double match week with Gillingham sitting top of the bloody table. Can they maintain it this week? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. Today, it's all about match day number 9, that's right, over in League 2, and we'll get to it in a second. If you do, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for League 2 is right here under Ron Ruski. Currently, it's the Gills, Walsall and Barrow in the automatics, but that can still change a little bit this week with the likes of Notts County on the outside looking in. Can they, of course, shake up the automatic race? Well, we'll take a little look at it in a second. Of course, big shout out to the BRPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And a big shout out, of course, big shout out to Case Kifgaff, the latest member of the Patreon. Also, big shout out to the members. Yeah, you know who you are, as of course you are also part of the elusive Blackburn Overseas family. Now, you too can be part of that Blackburn Overseas family, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Well, sort of. That's right, folks. I am talking about this. It is, of course, the Blackburn Overseas nominations. We've nominated for not one, but 2 categories at this year's Club Content Creator Awards, or the Football Content Creator Awards. Best Club Content Creator for the Football League and Best Podcast for the Football League. Please go ahead and vote. It costs you 20 seconds of your day. And if you want to be super duper in the old family ranks, go ahead and vote multiple times for me. Please go ahead and vote. The link is in the description if you want to just click it and go. That'd be great. And hopefully we can get a bit of glory for the channel and beyond. All right then, folks, it is League 2, and we are coming at you with games coming this week in a stacked out week before the international break, of course, right around the corner. But these are the results, so let's get into it right here, right now, including Tranmere's 0-0 draw against Salford. Got them on bang on points there. Harrogate with a 2-1 win over Bradford City, big win for them. Also put 4 past Colchester. Wimbledon against Accrington. Stanley was postponed due to the state of the pitch with Wimbledon. Bromley and MK Dons could only muster a draw. Carlisle upset the apple cart over at Carlisle United. So Grimsby upset the apple cart at Carlisle United. 3-2 win on the road. Fleetwood also beating Cheltenham. Big win for them on the road. Chesterfield tonking Doncaster as well. 3-0 win for them. Gills did put 2 past Barrow. Got one bang on as well. Morecambe with a draw against Notts County. Great result there. Crewe losing to Newport County and Port Vale under Darren Moore. Slowly but surely getting back into the thick of things. Those are, of course, my picks and the results. Of course, the prediction league looks a little bit like this, guys. As you see it, Preston Hinterland with 6 this past week, so well done to him. Of course, well done to Jimmy Watt as well on the heat there, right on his tail. Frosty, Shepherd, RTR's up there, Kevin Colpert, Callum H, Jimmy Pastone, and Gabri, all in there with 4. What about the overall leaderboard? Well, this is the situation as we see it. It's Preston Hinterland up there with 42 points. Case Kifgaff, the newest Patreon member, up there with 41. And the Frosty also up there in bronze. That's the situation we have over there. This is the table right here, right now, coming at you over in League 2 with the Gillinghams, the Gills, top of the charts with 19 points. Walsall just behind them with 18, and Barrow in 3rd. Then it's Notts County, Port Vale and Wimbledon, with Doncaster taking up the last playoff spot for right now. But Crewe, Chesterfield, Fleetwood, even Grimsby dare to dream right now. Also having a bit of nightmares. It is still Stanley. It is still Morecambe. Carlisle are down there. MK Dons are down there. Goodness gracious me. Who'd have thunk it? That's, of course, the state of play there. Don't forget to use the link if you want to get involved with the Prediction League. It is free. It's just a bit of fun, bit of banter. And see if you can outpredict me, the Prediction King. All right then, folks, here we go with the next round of games that are going to come at you, coming at you this week, starting on the Tuesday, October the 1st. That's right now. Expected, or was expected to take place, it was the Wimbledon game against Crewe. The likelihood is that match will not go ahead. But regardless of all that, let's get cracking and have a go at these games. All right then, folks, here we go. Now, we're going to head over to AFC Wimbledon. They were expected to take on Crewe, and I don't think it's going to go ahead because of the state of the pitch, but we'll talk about it anyway. Of course, Cherry Records Stadium would have been the venue. Now, they have played 10 times since 2011. Just 1 win for Wimbledon. We've got 3 wins for Crewe, and there's been 6 draws between the 2 sides. Wimbledon now stacking up the games, but they're doing A-OK in the table at the moment. They currently sit 6th right now with games to spare. 90% form for them right now. Of course, this distraction is coming out a real really bad time for them. Crewe, though, also flying high right now, up to 8th. After a terrible start, they've now got the good results back together, but they do come to this on the back of a loss. They did lose to Newport County most recently, with Wimbledon's last game all the way back on the 21st against Bradford. Now, the recent matches between these two sides have ended up all square. In fact, the last 4 between these two sides have ended up as a draw. I don't have any odds because there is no game going to go ahead, but if it was to go ahead, I would have went with a 1-1 draw anyway. A point apiece, a point in the bag for both sides, and I think Crewe would have been happier. Let's head over to Bromley now, of course, as they're expected to take on Chesterfield, coming at you this coming Tuesday as well. Now, these two sides have played 13 times since 2018. Bromley with Andy Woodman at the helm without a win now in the last 5. 33% form for them at the moment. Coming at you up against Chesterfield, 58% form for them, just 1 defeat in the last 5. Now, they have played 13 times since 2018. 6 wins for Bromley. We have 4 wins for Chesterfield. There's been 3 draws between the two sides as well. Paul Cook's Chesterfield currently find themselves in 9th with 12 points to the name. And coming to this on the back of a defeat last time around over in the National League when these two sides locked horns back in February 2024. In fact, the away side has not won this game since Chesterfield beat Bromley at this very venue back in April 2021. Chesterfield on the back of that 3-0 win over Doncaster. Bromley with a draw against MK Dons. Now, we got basic odds on this, and the odds go in favour of Chesterfield. They are favoured. The draw is a long shot here, but Bromley also a bit of a long shot as well. To be honest with you, I think there's only one winner here, and that's going to be the away side. Chesterfield, 2-0 winners, taking it over Bromley. Let's go up to Carlisle now, as they need a response and fast. They could take on high-flying Notts County. That's right, coming at you as well on Tuesday. Played 18 times since 2005. 7 wins for Carlisle, 8 wins for Notts County. There's been 3 draws between the two sides. Carlisle under Mike Williamson now, just 1 win in the last 6. They're all the way down into 22nd at the moment, with Notts County under Stuart Maynard up to 4th with just 1 defeat in the last 6. Played 18 times, 7 wins for Carlisle, 8 wins for Notts County. There's been 3 draws as well, with the last match at this very venue being a 3-1 win for Notts County, who are unbeaten against Carlisle over the last 5. 3 wins and a couple of draws. Last time around over at this very venue, it was a 3-1 win for Notts County. That was back in March 2019. Carlisle on the back of a 3-2 loss here in Carlisle. Notts County make it back-to-back away fixtures for them with a draw against Morecambe. In fact, this will be their 3rd away match on the spin in all competitions at all venues. And coming at you, it is quite tight between the bookies, but Notts County's slight favoured on this one. But I think, yep, sitting on the fence, going to go with a 1-1 draw. Let's go over to Cheltenham now as they entertain Accrington. Stanley, who need to get some results as well. They're struggling way down in the foot. In fact, both sides could do with a win at that moment. Cheltenham under Michael Flynn, 42% form for them right now without a win in the last 3. They currently find themselves in 20th in the table with just 7 points. Stanley, 24th in the table with just 3 points for the campaign without a win in at least the last, actually haven't won in the last 14 games. But these two sides have played 21 times since 2009. We have 7 wins apiece, and there's been 7 draws, including a draw last time around at this very venue back in February 2023 when these two sides were both in League One. Stanley, just 1 loss against Cheltenham over the last 5. That was at Cheltenham back in October 2021. Stanley on the back of a 2-2 draw against Port Vale. That was back on the 21st of September. Cheltenham on the back of a 2-0 loss against Fleetwood. The bookies will go with Cheltenham. They are favoured on this one. Actually, Stanley are the underdogs, and I think I'm going that way as well. 2-0 win. Cheltenham taking it. Stanley are in trouble. Going over the keep moat now as Doncaster take on Barrow in what will be one of the games of the round. Grant McCann's Doncaster, though, hit a bit of a rough patch at the minute without a win in the last 4 matches. They sit 7th with 13 points for the season, and mathematically, they could leapfrog 3rd place Barrow with a win going in their favour. Of course, Barrow in 3rd, 16 points for the campaign. Back-to-back defeats now for Stephen Clemence's boys. They sit in 3rd. 4 times they've played since 2022. 2 wins apiece for this one. And of course, in fact, it's been successive home wins for all sides here. So whenever they've hosted this match, stretching all the way back to 2022, the home side has won, including Doncaster last time around back in April 2024, where they came out top in a 6-goal thriller 4-2. Doncaster on the back of that 3-0 loss against Chesterfield. Gillingham with a 2-0 win over Barrow most recently. The bookies will go with in favour of Grant McCann's boys. They are favoured for the victory here, and I think I'm going to give it to them as well. 2-1 win. Doncaster at home should have too much in the tank against a Barrow who who've made it back-to-back games now without scoring a goal. Next up is the table toppers. It's Gillingham, of course, coming at you over at Grimsby in the Battle of the G's. That's right. Gillingham doing A-OK under David Artell right now. Grimsby doing A-OK under David Artell right now, sitting in 11th. With 12 points for the season. They've got back-to-back wins, of course, sitting there with 50% form over the last 6. Gillingham, under Mark Bonner, they sit top of the table with 19 points, winning 3 out of the last 4. Bradley Dack has returned, which is great for them. And, of course, these two sides have played 12 matches against each other since the year 2000. 6 wins for the Gills, 3 wins for the Grimsbys, and 3 draws, of course. And speaking of draws, they did draw last time around at this very venue back in March 2024. It was a 1-1 draw at the Priestfields. Is that what they call this place? Priestfields. Anyway, Grimsby are actually unbeaten, or they came out of an unbeaten stint against Grimsby. Whatever. The Battle of the G's. They're tricking me up here. Gillingham only lost the. I'm stumped. Grimsby have only lost the once at the last 5. Against Gillingham. So they've got a good recent record. And the Gills, though, coming into top of the table with that 2-0 win over Barrow most recently. And they are favoured by the bookies. My mind went everywhere there. Don't know what I was thinking. Regardless, Gillingham will win at the Battle of the G's. 3-1 win. Take to the house. Morecambe next. They're taking on Bradford City in the Derek Adams derby. That's right. Morecambe need to, again, a team that I tipped so well to do this year, of course, need to get their ass in gear. They're currently down in 23rd with just 3 points. Bradford have hit the skids as well, down to 13th with 11 points for the campaign. Graham Alexandra in one dugout, Derek Adams in the other. Now, these two sides have played 22 times since 2005. 6 wins for Morecambe. 11 wins for Bradford, and it's been 5 draws between the two sides. Morecambe, though, coming at you on the back of a draw against Notts County, make it 3 draws in the spin for Morecambe, as they slowly but surely are making themselves difficult to beat. Just 1 defeat in the last 5. Bradford coming at you with 1 win in the last 4. Now, the last time they played at this very venue, it was a 3-0 win for Morecambe, who are unbeaten against Bradford over the last 3. A couple of wins and a draw to boot. Bookies will go with Bradford. They're overwhelming favoured here. Morecambe, not so much. Big fan of Morecambe. I want to see him do well. I think they'll just nick this one. 1-0 win. They'll finally get themselves a little bit moving as Derek Adams gets one over his old boys. Up to Harrogate we go now as they take on MK Dons, a hotly tipped team that's currently struggling. That's all the way down to 19th with just 8 points. Harrogate in 14th with 10 points with Simon Weaver in the dugout. Played twice since 2023, 1 win apiece. Harrogate winning 3 out of the last 4. They've started to cook a little bit. Meanwhile, MK Dons with Scott Lindsay now at the helm make it back-to-back draws. Last time around at this very venue was a 5-3 win for MK Dons. Goodness gracious me, that was all the way back in April 2024. The Dons on the back of MK Dons on the back of a 1-1 draw against Bromley. Harrogate with that big win over Bradford at this very venue to make this 3 home matches on the spin. Actually 4 home matches in the last 5. They've been non-stop at home recently. Bookies will go with MK Dons. They are overwhelming favoured, but can Scott Lindsay get the W? I think so. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win, give themselves his first win and the charge of MK Dons. Head over to Wales now as we go to Rodney Parade as Newport County take on Salford City. Newport County currently find themselves in 12th with 12 points for the campaign. Salford in 16th with just 9 points, of course. Rodney Parade on the river right there. Played 11 times. These two sides since 2019 was just 1 win for Newport County. 8 wins to Salford, 2 draws as well. Newport County, though, did come into this on the back of a loss against Salford last time around, back in April 2024. Salford winning 6 on the bounce against them. Goodness gracious me. However, Salford, back-to-back games now without a goal for them. Newport County on the back of a win against Crewe most recently. The bookies are siding with Salford. They are the favourites for this game. For me, though, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be that easy. I'm going to go with the 1-1 draw, sitting on the fence. And ultimately, I think Newport County will be happy with that. Another point in the bag and another point towards the top half of the table. Port Vale are up in action, taking on Colchester, coming at Vale Park this coming midweek. Port Vale under Darren Moore, all the way up to 5th now, unbeaten in the last 5 games. He's got them cooking at just the right time. Danny Crowley's Colchester all the way down to 15th right now. Just 1 defeat, though, in the last 6 matches. They're currently on 58% form compared to Port Vale's 75%. Now, these two sides have played 23 times since 2003. 8 wins for Port Vale, 10 for Colchester. There's been 5 draws between the two sides. Last time around at Vale Park, it was a 3-0 win for Port Vale, who have got a good record against Colchester over the last 6. However, they did lose the last one, which was at Colchester back in March 2022. Colchester on the back of that 4-0 stuffing by Walsall. Port Vale picking up that 2-1 win at Vale Park, of course, over Swindon. The bookies will go with Port Vale, they're overwhelming favourites. Colchester, of course, mid-table at the minute, could do with another win. But slowly but surely, Colchester are grinding out some results. But that big loss this past weekend could cause them some nightmares. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Port Vale. They'll take it all the way to the house. Tranmere next up, they take on Swindon Town. That's right, coming at you this midweek. 38 times they've played since 1994. 14 wins for Tranmere, 18 wins for Swindon. And there's been 6 draws between the two sides. Nigel Atkins, Tranmere, 42% form for them at the moment, sitting in 17th with just 9 points. Just 1 win in the last 5 matches. Up against Swindon, all the way down to 21st right now with 6 points for the campaign. Just 1 win in the last 6. Of course, last time they played over at this venue, it was a 2-1 win for Tranmere, who have also got a decent record against Swindon, just losing the once out that last 6. That one loss was the last game at Swindon back in February 2024. The hosts on the back of a 0-0 draw against Salford. However, 1, 2, 3 games without a goal for Tranmere right now. Swindon on the back of that 2-1 loss to Port Vale. The bookies, they go with Tranmere. Does Dirk go with Tranmere? I think I do. I'm going with another 0-0 draw. They have been toothless up top. I'm adding it to another one to the bag, and I think Swindon ultimately will be the happier out of the two following this 0-0 draw. And then finally, folks, we head over to the best score as Hot Shots Walsall are up in action against Fleetwood Town. This actually could be a bit of a good game. Played 13 times since 2010, 8 wins for Walsall, 3 wins for Fleetwood. There's been 2 draws between the two sides. Matt Sadler's Walsall up to second right now, 4 wins the last 5, 67% form for them right now. Up against Charlie Adams' Fleetwood, just 1 defeat in the last 4. They're up to 10th with 12 points. Last time around at this very venue was a 2-0 win for Walsall back in March 2019. Walsall on the back of that 4-0 win over Colchester. That's 1, 2, 3 league games. Actually, what is it? 3 league games? 2 league games with clean sheets for Walsall. Meanwhile, Fleetwood doing the business as well. 2-0 winner over Cheltenham most recently. This one's going to be quite tight in bookies. They actually go in favour of Walsall quite heavily. Of course, they are flying high at the moment. I think I'm also leaning towards a Walsall victory. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win at the Bescot for Walsall to make a push for top spot. Will they get it? Doesn't think so with Gillingham's win, but that's my picks, guys. Don't forget to get your own picks in as well. It is coming thick and fast with a double match week. And don't forget to get in there with the Prediction League, Cutley Fortress League 2. And before you go, don't forget to vote. Blackburn Rovers C's Best Club Content Creator Football League, Best Podcast Football League. Cutley Fortress Vote BRFC costs you 20 seconds of your time. Please, you can give me 20 seconds. You gave me 19.20 seconds right here for the video. Please go ahead and vote. It'll be great for the channel. It'll be great for us moving forward. It'll be great for the prediction shows. Please go ahead and vote. But that's it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like, catch you later. But we're back, of course, for the next round of games, which is just around the corner. Non-stop this week. Until then, guys, we are donezoed.